Yo, what is up, boys and girls? Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different because a lot of you guys have been asking me what my opinion is on the fact that Riot is suing Moonton and what I think about it. So we're gonna go over that real quick. So here with me I have the case files. So we're gonna be taking a little bit of a look on that. Again, once more, so we can see here Riot Games is the plaintiff, and then Moonton is the defendant. So these are the case files. And then, of course, we have the nature of the action. The action seeks to stop Moonton from continuing its deliberate and sustained campaign to free ride on Riot's highly valuable rights in the mobile video game League of Legends Wild Rift and related content. So first off, I want to say that they are using Wild Rift as, their case here, right? Now, right from the get-go, I want to say that I'm not taking any sides, right? But I think Riot is definitely the one at fault because they could have chosen to adapt to the mobile game industry when ML did. So back in 2016, if Riot came out with a mobile MOBA first, then Mobile Legends would never have become, the big thing it is right now. And I feel like that is completely on Riot. And I don't think they should be using Wild Rift as an example here because, Wild Rift came out after Mobile Legends, technically, right? Now, if they would go for League of Legends, okay, sure, right? But let's continue on reading and see what Riot has to say, But as discussed below, over the years, as Riot updated its video game, Moonton would copy it. When Riot updated the game's promotional materials, Moonton copied them. When Riot released a new trailer, Moonton copied it. This is a critical issue for Riot. Moonton has used its copyist tactics to create and market its mobile video game, Mobile Legends Bang Bang MLBB, which competes with Wild Rift using Riot's own extensive, expressive content in Wild Rift, as well as its trailer, promotional materials, and other content. Moonton's actions constitute copyright infringement for the reasons set forth below, and then we're gonna go into the reason why exactly Riot will be suing Moonton, right? So Wild Rift, first released in Americas in 2021, is the mobile version of League of Legends and a sensationally popular video game enjoyed by fans in the United States and around the world. Since 2009, LoL has amassed an enormous fan base of amateur and professional gamers from around the world, attracting millions of players per month. The prevalence of LoL professional tournaments, events, clubs, and college leagues evinces the game's massive popularity. Okay, so far, nothing to say about that. It's well known that, Riot has its pro amateur players, etc., 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 right? The Riot continuously updates Wild Rift to include new features and characters. Like League of Legends, it has become a runaway success, with millions of players logging on each month to play. Riot recently announced that its first official global tournament, the Wild Rift Icons Global Championship, will take place this summer in Europe. Eager to mimic Riot's massive success, Moonton unfairly trades on the creativity of Riot, highly imaginative LoL and Wild Rift games, and the goodwill associated therewith. I'm done, Riot. Jesus Christ, way to stroke your own ego. Moonton deploys a bad faith business strategy, such that when specific copied content is identified by Riot or the community of players of the party's games, Moonton removes or revises the content only to subsequently introduce additional infringing content into its game later on. So, Riot is releasing some very serious statements here, right? So, basically they're saying is that Moonton is only copying things, or they are, when they put something in their game and players call it out that, wow, this is so much like League of Legends, that they remove it or, replace it. Then, for example, after Riot discovered that one of Moonton's video games, Mobile Legends 5v5 MOBA, infringes rights in LoL, it notified Google of the infringement, and Moonton subsequently removed Mobile Legends from the Google Play Store. So I'm not sure if this actually happened. I've only played ML for 4 months now, so I have no idea. I've been playing League for 13 years. Just to clarify that, I've been playing League of Legends for 13 years, so I know pretty much everything about the game. I know many things about Riot, and I've been playing Mobile Legends for only 4 months, so I don't, know everything about Mobile Legends, obviously. Soon thereafter, however, and without notifying Riot, Moonton released MLBB, a minimally tweaked version of Mobile Legends that also infringed LoL. So again, in my opinion, it's Riot's own fault for not stepping into the mobile market faster, right? Like, if there's a market, from a business perspective, right? If there's a market that is completely untouched, you see a lot of people are enjoying League of Legends, a lot of people are enjoying Dota, but not all people have access to a PC at home. But you do know that all people have access to a phone, right? I mean, as a certain Blizzard spokesman said, don't you guys have phones, right? So Mobile Legends, or Moonton in specific, made the very smart business decision of making their own MOBA on mobile when Riot wasn't even thinking about entering the mobile business yet. Because obviously it took them a very long time to get into the mobile business, right? So let's see. Similarly, since Riot did alpha and beta test of Wild Rift in 2020 and subsequently released Wild Rift in America in 2021, Moonton has updated MLBB to copy extensive expressive elements from Wild Rift, continuing its cycle of knowing appropriation of Riot's intellectual property. New characters, settings, and objects are regularly copied from Wild Rift into MLBB. When Wild Rift is modified or updated, Moonton often copies the modifications and updates such that both games look and feel highly similar to gamers. Well, I mean, in the end, it's a MOBA, right? Like, every MOBA is gonna feel similar. I mean, if you're a player that plays Dota, you can play League, you can play Mobile Legends, you can play Pokemon Unite. I can't think of the top. What's the Blizzard one called again? Heroes of the Storm. You can play Heroes of the Storm. I've played Heroes of the Storm. I've tried Dota, and when I started playing Mobile Legends, like, I was immediately used to how it worked because it's a MOBA. MOBAs are similar, right? Anyways, let's move on. So here, players of both games have widely recognized Moonton's flagrant copying, dedicating countless threads, videos, and forums to discussing the topic. Videos showing game footage from MLBB have called it a copycat, knockoff, and shameless ripoff. Comments on these videos similarly point out MLBB's similarities to Wild Rift, noting Moonton is now slowly copying the things they had missed in Wild Rift. Countless blogs and articles are dedicated to comparing the myriad ways Moonton has copied from Riot. Many Google Play reviews have agreed, calling MLBB a copy of League, basically. Stolen from League, League of Legends clone ripoff. Moonton's mimicry is not limited to copying Riot games, but also includes copying of promotional materials, trailers, and even esports content. For example, on April 25, Moonton released All-Star 2022 esports video on its official YouTube trailer. Okay, let's quickly take a look at that and see what it's about. The video is private. Okay. Which copies original music from Riot's Welcome to Planet Earth video. So we can't fact check that because the video has been made private, right? Which is a bit fishy to me, right? Like, the fact that it's been made private, there's probably a copy of it somewhere. But, let's not go looking for it. So almost exactly copy the original music from the Welcome to Planet Earth. So we're not sure of that. Like, we can't be sure of that. Moonton has released cinematic trailers and hero trailers that look nearly identical to those released by Riot. Moonton has even copied Riot's marketing materials, using similar typeface, backgrounds, and colors, sending highly similar promotional products to MLBB users. These tactics indicate that Moonton is watching Riot carefully, waiting for Riot to make its next move, then intentionally and overtly copying Riot to trade on Riot's creativity. While many recent instances of Moonton's copying have gotten more sophisticated, examples like the All-Star 2022 video above remain particularly egregious and telling of Moonton's ongoing strategy of copying Riot. Like, I feel like Riot is like very... like stroking their own ego like throughout this entire document, right? Like when you go over the entire document. Can I? Oh, wait, that's maybe that's a bit too big. Anyway, oh, that's a bit too much of a zoom out here. Where were we? Copying Riot. Okay, so here we go. So upon information and belief, there is no part of Riot's creative output that Moonton is not willing to copy. For example, Riot has invested significant time, money, and resources promoting League of Legends since 2009, such that customers have come to know the game or the name League of Legends as synonymous with high quality, imaginative video games. Well, I wouldn't go that far, right? Jesus, high quality. If I hear high quality, I'm definitely not gonna be thinking about League of Legends, and that's coming from a player who's played this game for 13 years. I feel like it used to be high quality, but phew, goddamn these seasons. Never mind. Anyways, through the forum, seeing this success, Moonton has decided to copy it using the term Legends in its own game. I mean, there are so many games with Legends in their name. Granted, they might not be MOBAs, but there are so many. I mean, Legends is just a nice word to use, right? Like, in my opinion, at least. It's like elite. I like the word elite. Elite. It just sounds nice. Moonton's copying has gone further. In April 2019, Riot announced that it was transitioning from its old logo, shown below, top left, to a new logo for LoL, shown below at top right. In September 2020, Moonton copied Riot and changed its own logo from a design that looks highly similar to Riot's old logo, shown below bottom left, to a design that looks highly similar to Riot's new logo, including the same layout, prominent use of the word Legends. I mean, why even... Okay, so this... My thought about this, using the word Legends, it's in their game name. Of course, they're going to use the word prominently because it's in their game name. Anyway, so to a gold font shown as below right. So when was this? In September 2020. And then April 2019 is when Riot changed it. I mean, you know... I can see why, right? I can see why. So the logos were pretty similar, right? But like, if you have a game and you want to make sure people know the title of your game, or like when they see a logo, they're like, oh, that is the game, right? Of course you're going to put your name in it, right? Like you're going to put the name. Like League of Legends, Mobile Legends, World of Warcraft. You look at the... Let's see. Here, World of Warcraft, right? They're all very similar. Like this is what... When you think World of Warcraft, this is what you think about, right? And what is World of Warcraft's release date? The first time World of Warcraft got released was in 2004. That's before Riot. So should Blizzard be suing Riot Games for kind of copying their thing? Because I mean, let's be honest here. You see the similarity, right? Gold text. I mean, World of Warcraft's like logo like looks better in my opinion, right? But anyway, like that's the point, right? There are many games. Like I can't think of too many from the top of my head, but a lot of games like use this similar logo style. And if you want to move away from something that is cleaner, then you're just like, I mean, this is basically like the same thing, except for the background is removed, right? Like, let's be honest here. Then Mobile Legends kind of did the same thing, like, right? But they add like their the Moonton little logo here. And, you know, I mean, the text is similar, but it's not similar enough where you're like, oh shit, this is a copy of me. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's move on from this point. I think, you know, my point has been proven that they could say like, oh, we got our inspiration from World of Warcraft, you know, instead, or whatever, really. I mean, there's a lot of things in this document that you guys will see that are very explainable, right? All right, let's move on. So Riot has invested and continues to invest in significant time, money, resources, and creativity in developing, designing, promoting, and updating LoL Wild Rift, and related content. Meanwhile, Moonton freely capitalizes on Riot's investment, and Moonton is not incentivized to innovate and create original material. So as long as it continues to be able to copy from Riot, allowing Moonton to continue to freely and unfairly profit from Riot's creativity directly contravenes the goal of the Copyright Act and will undoubtedly deter others from making a similar creative investment in the future. No. No, this will not happen. It will not deter others from making similar things. You know, like what I'm getting from this case is Riot wants to have a monopoly, aka control everything when it comes to the MOBA industry, right? That's what I'm seeing from this document. Okay, then. Accordingly, due to Moonton's blatant and willful infringement, Riot has no choice but to file this lawsuit. Moonton's conduct has significantly and irreparably harmed Riot, its reputation, and the goodwill that it has scrupulously built over many years. Moonton's unlawful activities must come to an end. So they basically want... I mean, and I'm gonna stress this, right, guys? They want Mobile Legends to be gone, basically, right? That's what they want. However, that is not something that will happen. It's not possible. It is not possible for some court in the US to decide, okay, this game is gone, done. You guys can't function anymore. It's not possible. So, like, for those of you that are worrying, I've seen a lot of posts, a lot of posts on like Mobile Legends pages and Mobile Legends like forums, etc. Oh my god, buy Mobile Legends. It was fun playing you. We'll miss it. We'll miss playing with my friends, etc., etc. It's not gonna happen, guys. You don't have to worry about it. There's not a single chance that Mobile Legends will get shut down. Okay. Okay, so then parties. Plaintiff Riot Games. Okay, right. Doesn't matter. Jurisdiction and venue. It's basically saying that it's gonna be in the US, right? I don't know exactly what state it was. Doesn't really matter. Jurisdiction, basically US, right? Audiovisual elements of Wild Rift and LoL were primarily developed in District by Riot employees. All of the information and documents about the creation of those elements of Wild Rift and LoL described herein are located here. The marketing and promotional materials for Wild Rift and LoL were also developed by Riot's employees in this district. All of the information and documents about the creation and the marketing and promotional materials described located here. Okay. Moonton also has significant connections to California. Upon information and belief, Moonton has a US division, Moonton Games US, with its principal place of business in the state of California. A LinkedIn page for Moonton Games US places its location in Culver City, California, and at least 2 job listings by Moonton on Glassdoor purported to seek character artists for Moonton's US studio in LA. So upon information and belief, Moonton also contracted with Akamai Technologies, a United States company, to host servers or other website network services for Moonton's US facing website for MLBB. And I'm sure, like, growing up, if you're around my age, you probably have heard about Akamai before. They were pretty famous. I think their servers are pretty good as well. So, revealing Moonton's intention to target MLB at the United States. So, obviously, you know, Moonton wants to expand. They want to be global. They want to not just be in Southeast Asia. They want to be everywhere, right? And, you know, there are players everywhere. There's just not a lot of players outside of Southeast Asia. Like, for me, for example, when I was living in Belgium, I didn't have a clue what ML was. I didn't know about it. I didn't see anything about it. And that is up until I came to the Philippines. That's when I knew what ML was, right? Because Filipinos told me about it. All right, so let's see. To offer MLBB on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store, Moonton was required to contract with both Apple and Google, in each of which it has a principal place of business in the state of California. Upon information and belief, those agreements are set the jurisdiction and venue for any disputes in California. Thanks to its agreements with Apple and Google, upon information and belief, Moonton sells and distributes MLBB in this district, as well as in-game items, accessories, and characters that are available as part of the game. As a result, it has contracted with customers in this district who have downloaded MLBB and made in-game purchases of items, accessories, and characters in the game because it requires them to agree to its user agreement. So they're basically complaining that they're spending money on ML and not on Wild Rift, right? So upon information and belief, Moonton has earned millions of dollars in revenues from sales related to MLBB in the United States, a portion of which it collects sales from customers in the Central District of California. Upon information and belief, Moonton has advertised and marketed MLBB to customers in the United States, including in this district. In addition to the significant transactions discussed above, upon information and belief, Moonton continually transacts other business in this district, whether with customers or other entities. Indeed, Moonton's privacy policy for MLBB, dated July 28, 2020, includes specific provisions for California residents. Upon information and belief, these provisions were included because MLBB is marketed to and played by California residents, and Moonton has customers in these districts and in other California districts who are bound by the privacy policy. Moonton also was well aware, when it was copying Riot's game, that Riot has its principal place of business in California. Moonton, even upon information and belief, agreed to Riot's term of service, placing it on actual notice that Wild Rift and all of the content therein was protected by United States intellectual property laws. The terms of service make clear that Riot is located in Los Angeles and provides California as its selected forum for certain claims in certain scenarios. As a result, Moonton carried out its unlawful activities, knowing and intending that Riot would be harmed by Moonton's conduct in this district. A substantial part of the events giving rise to the claims occurred in this district. Relevant documents and information are located in this district, and upon information and belief, Moonton is purposefully doing business in this district that causes injury therein. So basically what they're saying is that like Moonton is targeting the specific state of Los Angeles or California, rather, just to, give the finger to Riot, which is, obviously that's a far-fetched idea, right? Like, of course, they want to do business everywhere, not just in California, not just in Los Angeles. They want to do business everywhere. They want to be in Europe. They want to be in the US. They want to be, I mean, they already are in Southeast Asia, like very big in Southeast Asia, right? I mean, so like this part, like I feel like they're probably just gonna scrap it. All right, so let's see. Facts applicable to all claims. Riot and its creative works. Riot is a game developer and publisher best known for the wildly popular video game League of Legends and the related mobile game League of Legends Wild Rift. Wild Rift and LoL are highly competitive multiplayer online battle arena, or MOBA, video games. MOBA video games are a subgenre of games in which teams of players compete against each other on a shared battlefield. Each player controls a single character with specific abilities or capabilities, contributes to the team's overall strategy. Wild Rift and LoL uniquely combine the strategic elements of a MOBA game with original fantasy elements, including fantasy settings, character skills, and accessories. Wild Rift was released in the Americas on March 29, 2021 for iOS and Android. It is distributed in the United States through the Apple App Store and Google Play Store, where it's free to download. Players of Wild Rift can make in-game purchase of items, accessories, characters, and more using either money or earned in-game currency. Wild Rift is very popular, attracting a wide range of players, from casual new gamers to committed professional competitors. See, I feel like they really should not be stressing. Like when we play the devil's advocate here, they should not be stressing the release date for Wild Rift, because if you look at the release date for Mobile Legends, it's 2016, I believe. Let's see. Take a look here. So July 2014, 2016. So, I mean, they can easily like counter any argument wherein Riot says that they've been copying from Wild Rift, right? Like, I'm not a lawman, obviously, but I think I know enough about the law to see like where this is leading and where this is going. So, League of Legends is similarly popular. Released on October 27, 2009, League of Legends quickly became one of the most played video games in the world. Both LoL and Wild Rift are played competitively at esports tournaments worldwide, like a traditional sporting event. Those tournaments involve professional teams of players who compete live in front of cheering fans. The tournaments also are often streamed online to huge audiences watching from around the world, including at epic, sold-out venues like Madison Square. I really like how they used epic here in a court document. including at epic sold-out venues like Madison Square Garden as pictured below. Riot is planning Wild Rift's official first global tournament, which will feature 8 regional leagues from around the world. So this is Madison Square Garden, right? In 2021, Riot released an animated television series called Arcane, which centers on characters from LoL. The television series received glowing reviews and praise from critics and fans alike. So, I mean, yeah, okay, true statement. I think Arcane was fairly good. I wouldn't say it was... I wouldn't give it a glowing review, but I think it was pretty good. So from the moment the user clicks on Wild Rift mobile application, the game is full of exciting original artwork. When a player runs the application, the player has, like, Riot strokes their ego so goddamn much in this document. Player first encounters a load screen, where the player chooses his or her login method. The load screen in Wild Rift features animated scenes showing an assortment of different playable characters called champions. The champions gear up for the start of the game, displaying their weapons and showing off their skills. A still image of a load screen in Wild Rift is shown below. Once the player logs into Wild Rift, he or she encounters the main pregame interface from which the player can access other parts of Wild Rift. Like the mobile store or start a new game, the main pregame interface features original splash art. Splash art is a two-dimensional piece of art that covers the whole screen or a panel of the screen, and is generally used for the introduction of character stories or events. An image of the main pregame interface featuring Riot's original splash art is shown below. So we've got a Kali, we've got, what is that, Blitz? Bit small, huh? Let me zoom in a bit. Why did that not? Oh my god. Alright, let's see. So we've got, yeah, we've got Blitz, we've got a Kali, we've got, what is this? Sona? Is that Sona? Jinx and Lee Sin. Alright, fair enough. Whoops. Okay, let's reset it back to normal. Then Wild Rift's playable champions are central to the game's originality and success. Player of Wild Rift can select from more than 80 original champions, each with a unique name, character design, and backstory, as well as a specific set of skills and abilities that can be deployed during gameplay. Each champion's unique skills are a core part of the game strategy, as different champions have different strengths and weaknesses that they bring to the overall team. Alternate original artworks for each champion called skins are also available for in-game purchase and allow players to change the design of the champion's avatar as it appears in the gameplay. Prior to entering the game, players can browse through the different available champions that they can add to their collection. On the collection screen where the champions are presented, each is represented by an original piece of artwork as shown below. So they're showing the champions that this player already bought, right? Or already has, and, you know, their mastery, whatever. By clicking on a champion, players are brought to another screen where details about the champion's skills and characteristics are displayed. In this view, players can toggle between showing the champion as animated 3-dimensional character or a 2-dimensional piece of splash art. So this was not a feature in League of Legends. It's still not a feature in League of Legends. So I'm not sure if Moonton has done this before I started playing the game, where they had a 3D model of the in-game character if you go to character select screen or the character purchase screen, right? I think it was, but I'm not entirely sure. But if they did that, you know, this is very counterable by saying, oh, but we had the 3D character first before you guys did, and then you guys added it. You don't have it in League of Legends. You still don't have it in League of Legends. So this is very counterable, you know, for Moonton. This is like in Moonton's favor for sure. A still image from Wild Rift depicting the screen where the champion Braum can be customized is shown below. Okay, picture of Braum. Each champion in Wild Rift and LoL, including the character artwork, skins, and avatars, is highly creative and original to Riot. Ugh, really creative. Let's talk about the last 10 champions, Riot. Riot periodically adds new champions and skins to Wild Rift and LoL, expending significant resources designing and developing them. New champions and skin are often highly anticipated by fans and critics, and are thus a key part of the excitement of playing Wild Rift and LoL. For instance, Riot marketed Wild Rift and LoL, including the release of new champions and skins with action-packed cinematic trailers that hype up the games and related products. These exciting trailers are full of cutscenes, showing the champions battling opponents, eliminating minions, and showing off their skills. Riot usually releases these trailers on YouTube, where they garner millions of views and thousands of comments. Riot also released a thrilling cinematic trailer to promote League of Legends of Runeterra, a League of Legends digital card game, the Runeterra trailer, featuring many of the champions in Wild Rift. The Runeterra trailer opens with the champion Darius charging at his enemies, who quickly overwhelm him. After his apparent defeat, Darius overcomes his opponents with a powerful skill, sending them flying. The trailer emphasizes an exciting way in which players' advantage in Runeterra can change on a dime. Since its release on April 4, 2020, the trailer has been viewed over 4 million times. A true and correct copy of the trailer is attached as Exhibit 1. The Legends of Runeterra trailer was registered with the Copyright Office on April 4, 2020. A true and correct copy added as Exhibit 2. Similarly, Riot released a trailer promoting Sylas the Unshackled, the champion in League of Legends. Sylas trailer begins with the champion Sylas chained in a dungeon. Sylas breaks free from his chains, and storms out into the world of League of Legends, where he is shown battling opponents and using an assortment of skills. The trailer ends with Sylas back in the dungeon. His hands light up with a ball of fire as someone approaches the door to his cell, signaling to the viewer that his escape is imminent. Since its release on January 8, 2019, the Sylas trailer has been viewed over 5 million times. A true and correct copy of the Sylas trailer is attached as Exhibit 3. So basically, guys, what is happening here is that there's going to go over everything that they think that Moonton has copied, right? So then here we're gonna see Copyright Office Sylas trailers is copyrighted. Exhibit 4 is the copyright statement. So then pool party skins, they're talking about the pool party skins, and that's Exhibit 5. So all the pool party skins in one. So I don't know how many there are exactly right now, but there's a lot of them. Pool party trailer, also copyrighted, and that's Exhibit 6. Then the song that Riot used, Exhibit 7. Then Planet Earth music, also copyrighted, and that's Exhibit 8. So this is the trailer or the song that they're gonna play as Exhibit 7, and this is the copyright proof as Exhibit 8. Although Wild Rift imaginative champions and skins are original and highly anticipated, blah 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 blah. Esports, playable avatars, skills. So they're talking about the skills, like they're all unique. Then, as discussed above, Riot has invested vast resources, including time, effort, talent, creativity, and money to produce Wild Rift, as well as League of Legends related promotional materials. Thanks to that ingenuity, the game has a large following of the fans. So basically, they're saying that Riot very original, Riot very good, Riot very strong. That's why we are good. Riot owns all the rights and titles and copyrights in Wild Rift and League of Legends. Certificates for copyright, Exhibit 9. Riot has spent significant money. I'm not going to read all of this, guys, because it's kind of useless information. So Riot has spent a lot of money, basically, in all of that. Very creative. They put a lot of attention in Wild Rift and League of Legends. Highly expressive. Is what they're saying. And then we're getting to the part where what they believe Moonton has done to, like, copy them or whatever, right? So Moonton's pattern of infringement began at least as early as 2015 when it was released as Magic Rush Heroes, a mobile game available on Android. So let's take a look at that, because I didn't know that, right? So they made like a... That looks kind of like... Alright. Yeah, I mean, you know, that looks kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. That's like a very cutesy art style. I kind of like it. So that was like what it looked like before, huh? That wasn't... That's not really a MOBA, huh? That's like more like an auto... Ah, okay. Alright, let's go back to it. Mobile game available on Android and iOS. Upon information, Moonton developed and published Magic Rush to distribute the game in the United States since its release. Was sold in the iTunes Apple Play Store. Could be purchased and downloaded by players in the United States. Riot notified Apple and Google that Magic Rush infringed its rights and demanded the game to be removed from the Apple and Play Store. Riot also worked with Alex to find ways to resolve the dispute and prevent continued infringement. So, as initially released, contain highly similar copies of numerous League of Legends champions. For each champion that Moonton copied, it appropriated not only the champ's overall look and appearance, including the original character artwork, but also the champion's suite of unique skills and abilities. Upon information and belief, because Riot's negotiations with Alex caused Moonton to make changes to Magic Rush, including changes to appearances and attributes of characters in Magic Rush. As a result of this dispute, Moonton is fully aware of Riot's intellectual property and rights in LoL. I'm actually very surprised that they were able to do that Because like when I'm looking at those characters, right? Like sure, I can see some similarities. Not in these maybe like this could be like, you know, potentially Master Yi. This could be Sivir, but like the only thing that they have in common is like the boomerang, and then like this one is like the beard and the visor, I guess. Um, if you want to really stretch it out, this could be Alistar, or this is Sona, or Annie, but like a Red Riding Hood, right? Red Riding Hood. I mean, unless she throws fireballs and she summons like a teddy bear, then this one could be like, oh, we like the fairy tale of Red Riding Hood, right? All right, let's see. Copy of the letter is copy of the letter that Riot sent to Google is Exhibit 10. After Riot wrote to Google about the infringement, Moonton again removed Mobile Legends from the Play Store without an explanation. Therefore, with full knowledge of Riot's intellectual property rights and claim regarding Mobile Legends, Moonton developed and published yet another version of Mobile Legends titled Mobile Legends Bang Bang. MLBB is a mobile MOBA video game in which, just like in Wild Rift, right, stop using Wild Rift as an example. Use League of Legends as an example. League of Legends has been around since 2009. Wild Rift has been around since, what, 2020? That's kind of tilting. Because, like, the more they use Wild Rift as, like, their base example, the more it's, like, it throws their case away. You know what I mean? Players of MLB choose to control a playable character called a hero. Each hero has a set of skills and abilities that can be deployed during gameplay. Moonton periodically releases character skins, which allow the player to change the character art. Just like League of Legends. Ooh. As recently as April 2022, Moonton has continued to develop and update MLBB by releasing additions and updates to the game, along with new promotional materials. Upon the information and belief, MLBB was last updated on April 29, 2022. In MLBB, including its recent releases, Moonton has copied extensively from Wild Rift and League of Legends, including by copying original characters, accessories, artworks, splash arts, avatars, skills, and other expressive elements. As just an example of many characters that have been copied by Moonton, Riot's original champion Ahri in both Wild Rift and League of Legends was released in November 2018 for LoL and October 2020 for Wild Rift, and is shown below, is highly similar to Moonton's artwork for the hero Guinevere's Scion of Tomorrow skin released in April 2022 for MLBB. Two characters feature similar bright blue and purple color schemes. Nearly identical geometric purple crystal foxtail. Both characters also share highly similar abilities and attributes in the two games. I don't think Guinevere shares similar abilities to Ahri, though. Like, Guinevere jumps on people and knocks them up. Ahri does not jump on people and knock them up. Alright, so here we have the first. I don't know if we can look at this more closely. We can. So here they show Zac and Gloo, right? And that's one of the first things that I did notice when I first started playing Mobile Legends, and I saw Gloo, and I was like, God damn, this guy's like exactly like Zac. But like, I feel like they do have a pretty good point here, right? When it comes to Gloo and Zac. That one is like a little hard to explain, but if you are their lawyer, right? If you're the lawyer for Moonton, you could say like, there was a movie called The Blob, like way back in the day. Like there's the Blob, and then there's like a slime monster as well, right? Like I don't remember. Like for example, this one. I think this is from an episode for Scooby Doo. So like, let's take a look at that Scooby Doo. Yeah, like for example, this guy, right? Here. Like this one, they could just say, oh yeah, we got our inspiration from a Scooby Doo episode. Like for the slime monster, we thought it was cool and we wanted to do it as well. And then like when it comes to the Ahri skin, you know, let's be honest, right? There's like they're pretty similar. But I feel like this is more like I mean the Guinevere one is more like a, I don't know, galaxy theme, while the Ahri one is like, this is not super original for me. Because like, if we take a look at like, for example, Naruto, Beast form. Like, how many tails do we see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 9 is like hidden, right? Because like, you know, they could say we got our inspiration from, I mean, it's not even that, nine-tailed fox. Not even that. Like it doesn't have to be the Naruto one. It can be like this, for example, right? Or this, or you know, a million more. Like the nine tails, like kitsune, which means fox in Japanese. Could be the kitsune spirit. Let's see. Thankfully, take a look here. Yeah, like for example, something like this, right? Could be the inspiration for that. So I feel like they could, or their liar for Moonton could literally provide that as evidence as well against Riot, right? So then here they're talking about Zack and Gloo. Again, you know, if I was the lawyer for Moonton, I would already know what to say, right? Similar walks, attacks, attributes, and abilities in the games. Yes, they're both tanks. I don't know about their walks. I don't I don't think they have a similar walk. Attacks, kind of. Attributes, kind of the tanks, you know. Abilities, for the Jhin and Eve skin, right? Like we gotta be honest here, right? We gotta be honest here. If we look at the Eve, can I zoom in more on this? Yes. If we look at the Eve and Jhin splash arts, right? We have to agree that they are very, very similar, right? Both have a mask. They both have the shoulder guard that has the little hole in it. But this one is going to be a bit harder to explain for Moonton, right? Like they might have to like change the color or something like that for the skin, uh, or the shoulder guards or whatever, you know. If the judge isn't gonna decide on the case as a whole, but if they decide on like parts of it. However, if someone told me, listen, I want you to make a skin for a character that has the universe, right? Like think universe, think something like that. I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna think to myself, universe, what colors would I use? I would use blue. I would use purple. I would immediately think, black hole or like a galaxy in my hands. You know what I mean? Like that's what I did in the past. Like when I made, I don't know if I can find the thing I made, but I don't think so. But the cover photo I made for that, I literally made myself in a purple shirt. I was wearing my Twitch shirt with purple eyes, and then I held out my hand and I did something like this, and I made like a black hole in my hand, and I made it like purplish and basically like a lot like this, right? This is what I did. So like I feel like when you're gonna tell anyone who is a bit creative to think about, you know, a galaxy or a universe themed skin, they're gonna probably come up with something similar, right? Like if I would tell an artist, like if I would go to Fiverr and I would hire 5 artists, like there's a high chance that 2 of them are thinking the same thing that I'm thinking, right? So what they're saying is Jin's dark cosmic skin and Eve are very similar. With the purple and black color scheme and shoulder and chest armor, hood, face mask, and pointed purple gloves, capes, and dark stormy backgrounds are highly similar, right? And like I definitely understand where Riot's coming from, but again, it could be explainable from Moonton's side. And then we're gonna look at Dark Star Thresh. And I think this is Zerath, but I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's scroll down a little bit. Yeah, Dark Star Zerath and Dark Star Thresh, which were released in June 2016 and March 2020 for LoL and are shown below top and bottom left respectively, also highly similar to Moonton's splash art for Eve, which was released in February 2021 for MLBB. These characters feature the same black orb, posing of characters, and purple and black color scheme and dark and stormy backgrounds. So again, guys, um, what I'm hearing here is basically Riot saying that they're kind of like making their own skins very similar, right? Because they're using 3 different skins compared to Eve. And if we go back here, again, like they said, oh, she has the same pointed fingers. Pointed fingers, pointed fingers, pointed fingers. Oh, they're holding the galaxy thing. Galaxy thing, galaxy thing, galaxy thing, or dark hole, right? Then, you know, like it's still the same kind of ideas. Like, I don't know if the designers for the Riot skins were all the same. But if they're not, it proves the point more. Like, different designers can come up with similar looking concepts or similar looking skins. Oh, and then here. Likewise, Riot's original splash art for the champion's Braum's Crime City skin in Wild Rift, shown below left, is nearly identical to Moonton's hero Baxia and Bothander skin. These characters have the same face shape, physiognomy. What is physiognomy? Facial expression. Okay, facial expression. Okay. Well, they don't have the same facial expression. That's like the first thing that I see here. Hair and facial hair, stature, clothing, colors, and shapes. Both are equipped with the shields as their weapons, which renders them even more similar, as shown in the splash art below. Indeed, while the in-game avatar for Baxia uses 2 shields, the promotional art for Baxia uses a single shield, which makes him appear more similar to Braum, who uses a single shield. So the fact that they're comparing Braum and Baxia, right? While Baxia I would consider more as a Rammus / singed type of character, but they're using the skin as comparison. Like when they actually have, you know, a case. I mean, technically they don't have a case because they could say, oh, Baxia, this character uses the abilities of 3 of our characters. He uses the rolling like Rammus. He uses the poison like... I don't even know Baxia. What does he have? Oh, shield throw. He has a shield throw. And he has a shield throw like Braum, right? Kind of. But what they're saying here, guys, and this I want to stress on a lot. Riot has no case at all here. Let's take a look at Braum, right? Look at Braum. Now tell me, what is original about Braum, except for maybe the vault that he uses as a shield? What does Baxia use? A roulette. He uses a roulette. So he uses a vault as a shield. But guys, okay, take a look at this, right? This is something that I've been thinking about a lot. Look at this. Do we see our boy Arthur here from Peaky Blinders? Peaky fucking Blinders, mate. This is Arthur from Peaky Blinders. Now tell me, apart from being, you know, thinner than Braum, what's the difference? Well, I don't know why it's not loading properly, but you get the idea. What is the difference? Look at that. I don't know how long the skin has been out for, 2020, I think. And Peaky Blinders has been around since what? 2016? Yeah, basically what I'm saying is, guys, Moonton could say, oh, we watched Peaky Blinders. We had a good time watching Peaky Blinders and we wanted to do something, you know, like mafia type shit. I mean, in fact, Riot's skin for Braum wasn't called Crime City at first. It was Mafia. Mafia Braum. I'm pretty sure it was Mafia Braum. Let's see. There we go. Mafia Braum. And it's not a very original idea. I like the skin. Don't get me wrong. I love suits. You guys know I like suits. Like my profile picture is a suit. Me wearing a suit. And I like the skin. And I like this skin. But you can't just go say, oh, they're using Braum. Or they're using our very creative skin, Riot. You can't say that. And, you know, I'm not saying that I'm against Riot, right? Or I'm not saying I'm against ML or Moonton. But what I'm saying is, like, most of the things that they're saying is very explainable. Here, again, same thing, right? Pool party skins. It's not a revolutionary idea to have a skin in which characters wear bathing suits and play with pool toys, right? It's not revolutionary. It's just a basic idea. Like the things that can come to mind, like you think about your daily activities or what do you do for fun, right? They could make a waiter skin line. They could make a pajama. I mean, no, they have a pajama skin. Riot has a pajama skin line. They could make a. I don't know what else. What else is there? They could make a triad skin line. You know, that would be badass. Like imagine the champions like not wearing a shirt, but they have like triad tattoos. You know, stuff like that. I feel like that would be epic. And like I don't know why they haven't done it yet. Like if that would probably like imagine like a Lee Sin or a Cho with like full on like Japanese Yakuza tattoos, right? Anyways, like this is very explainable yet again. Like and then they're comparing like the splash arts. Like if you're okay, so here they're saying, right? They're saying if we scroll down a little bit, similar armor and weapons. Okay. Okay, and then here we have okay, so this one guys, I went over this one before. Right. And when it comes to Irithel and Leona, right? I feel like they have a case here. I feel like Riot has a case here. And the only reason I'm saying that, it's not because of the helmet. It's not because of the shield. It's not because of the breastplate. It's not because of anything like that. The only reason is that little square thingy, triangle thingy here. That triangle thing, if they didn't add that in that skin, okay? Let me show you guys, right? Actually, we can probably do this very, very easily. Let's get our snipping tool out here, right? And let's get this, right? Let's put it here. Like the only thing Moonton had to do here, customize gray, okay. Was not have this. That's all. The color scheme is very explainable. You know, like, oh, we just like the colors. Boom. The only thing that is not super explainable to me is the triangle. If they made it literally anything else, if they gave her like a, like for example, I don't know, like they made it something like, let's see, just try to match the color scheme here. Like if they just like did something like this, where it just like kind of like wraps around, you know, like this, or whatever. They just made it like a core type of thing, something like that. Like they would have gotten away with this. Like this wouldn't even be in the case file, right? Then what is this? Skin for Ling? Wait, this is Irithel? This is not Irithel, is it? This is like, this is Irithel. But this is not Irithel. This looks like Ling or some shit. Oh, Lancelot. It's Lancelot. Okay. Lancelot M2 skin. Highly similar. So, Leona, highly similar to... I don't see it, Riot. This is a very far stretch. This is a very far stretch. The blue and yellow colors... Where's the blue? There's no blue in Leona. It's like silver. Okay, so anyways, moving on. They don't have a case here at all. Except for maybe in the Irithel one. Like because of the little square, little triangle here. If they didn't use a triangle, they would have been fine. So moreover, Riot's original splash art and design for the champion Garen in LoL, including the Demacia crest, which was released in blah 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 with the Alucard Slyborn Striker. So let's open that up and let's take a closer look here. Like, no. Again, right? To me, This looks like generic hero armor. If we type hero armor in like an anime, hero armor anime, let's see. We're gonna find something similar on the very first page. I'm sure of it. Well, I mean, this is... Oh, that looks cool though. Mecha Todoroki, damn. Fuck, that's sick. Anyway. Okay, look, something like this, right? We look at something like this. Make it silver. Make it silver, and it's pretty much like this. Kind of. Right? Or let's hero anime movie. Let's take a look at some movies. Look at that Power. Is that Power Ranger? No, it's not Power Ranger. Armor Hero Emperor. I mean, you cannot deny that this looks already similar to this, right? Like, no matter what way you look at it. Look at that. It has the gold, it has the silver, and it has, you know, the armor plate and whatever. It looks like Power Rangers, honestly. Might actually check that out at some point. Yeah, basically, like, again, this is something that is extremely explainable. It's just a random hero armor. They're not similar in any way to me. The only thing that's similar is that they both have the inner clothes or the inner pants, and their crotch is kind of showing, right? And the pose, like, how else are you gonna hold a big sword? I mean, doesn't... What's the character called again? The one from Disney. I forgot. But I'm sure, like, for example, Link, right? Sword pose. Let's see. I'm sure Link has a pose where he, like, holds his sword like that as well. Okay, maybe not Link. Like, sword poses, like, oh. Like, okay, let's just type anime sword pose. Okay, this one isn't over the... Oh, no, it's not over the shoulder. It's behind. Man, that's a weird pose. Goddamn. Like, when I think of sword poses, right? Or when I was, like, holding my scythe. Like, we can check that out, right? Like, if we go to my Insta. Like, we don't even... It doesn't even have to be a sword, right? But, like, scroll down here. Where's my cosplay? When I did my cosplay, this is what I did. Right? If I had a big-ass sword, I would do the same pose. I'd also have it hanging over my shoulder. That is heavy, bro. That is heavy. So again, for this one, I feel like they don't have a case. What is this? Is this Varus? Oh, it's Ashe and Yi-sun-shin. Okay. Wait, so you're telling me that they took a random frame. Like, again, here they don't have a thing. Like, this is something that Hawkeye even did in the movie. Hawkeye. Let's see, what do you call that? Like, backwards shooting. Like, this is something... Look at that. What more do I have to say, right? And, like, we're really getting into, like, some... Like, I would say that this is more of a Hawkeye pose than it is an Ashe pose. Because this is Ashe, like, jumping. I'm sure I played a game wherein, like, when you're a bowman, you would jump, and then you could do, like a volley, and it would, like, send you backwards a little bit. I'm pretty sure it was Maple Story, actually. Maple Story. I'm 100% sure Maple Story had it. And I'm actually 100% sure that there are a ton of games that have it. Okay. Riot's original base skin for its champion singed in Wild Rift shown below. Again, they're using Wild Rift. It's tilting me. Which features a backpack equipped with a neon green liquid, is highly similar to Moonton's Dr. B skin for its hero in MLBB. Yes. Okay, sure. It looks a bit like singed. but then the entire hero could not be further away from Singed. Like, I feel like the things, right, that Riot should be focusing on if they want to win this case is the abilities that are highly similar to League of Legends, such as Baxia's ult, which is like Singed running off with his poison, right? Or like Roger's burst in his wolf form, which is very much like Warwick, or it used to be like Warwick. Then okay, so let's move on, like, cause I feel like this is also very explainable. Because I'm pretty sure there was a movie before where a mad scientist. Okay, let's see. Mad scientist. Let's take a look here. I mean, like, when we look at something like this, right? Like having one where he carries a tank on his back. Oh, here, mad scientist, World of Warcraft, carrying like a green poison tank on his back. Dude, I honestly I should be the lawyer for Moonton. Could literally say, oh, our lead design from that moment played World of Warcraft. He saw the mad scientist in game, and he was like, "God damn, that is cool." And with that in mind, he kind of like made the design right. And I'm pretty sure these will not be like heavily copyrighted or something like that, and Blizzard would probably not do anything about it. So Doctor's Forsaken, and where did he appear? Like, you could see probably this is like older than League, right? Because I mean, look at that character model. I think this was in the Undead Zone, which has been released ever since like 2004, right? All right, time to move on. In addition, Riot created the Stargazer skin line for Wild Rift, which Moonton copied with their own Stargazer Cecilion skin. In addition to the similar themes and colors used for the alliance, one of the original staff designs that is part of Wild Rift's Stargazer skin line is nearly identical to the staff that appears in MLBB as shown in the images below. So yeah, this is like a very similar design, right? It's a very similar design. So like this one is very, very similar. So this one is like almost undeniably like copied, but I'm pretty sure like they can probably put a spin on it. Let's see. Mage staff. I mean, like, so, right? I feel like staffs and stuff, like, we could probably find some like this one, for example. This is like similar. It has the 3 spikes, it has the orb, and like I'm pretty sure there's a World of Warcraft transmog. Let's see. Transmog. Pretty sure there's a World of Warcraft transmog that looks very similar too. Like, I don't have to find it, but I'm pretty sure that if someone's played World of Warcraft, they could find a transmog that is similar to one of these. 100% sure. Anyways, let's move on. Elements of the user interface, Wild Rift, and MLBB are also highly similar because as Riot updated its user interface, Moonton copied those updates. As just an example of the many similarities between user interfaces, Wild Rift includes a focus point, aiming feature that allows the user to choose which target to hit and attack by holding and dragging the attack button as shown on the left below. After Riot adding this feature, Moonton added the feature to MLBB and called it Smart Targeting, shown on the right below, which is activated using similar controls and looks highly similar. So I think this is a thing from before I started playing. That might not have been a thing, so I can't really talk about that. But I feel like smart targeting, or like the way that targeting works, is something that it should have done before, I think. Okay, so similarly, Wild Rift has a feature that gives player 2 method for cancelling ability in the game. Can be set to default or alternative. The default method allows the player to cancel the ability by dragging it to the X button on the right corner of the screen. The alternative method allows the players to cancel the ability by targeting an area outside its range of effect. Moonton added this cancelling technique in MLBB after it was included in Wild Rift. So, again, not sure, so I can't really comment on that. But that's like a gameplay thing that should have been in the game anyway. So, like, I'm not sure if they can copyright that even. And like, I don't think it is something that can be copyrighted or that they have copyrighted. So this is kind of like a useless useless thing because, you know, remember we went over the copyright things before, right? And the copyrights was for the trailers, for the music, for the champions, but not for in-game functions, as far as I know, at least. Maybe they do have a copyright infringement. So any one of the foregoing similarities is concerning the combination of all Moontons copying is copyright infringement. Fans have readily noticed the innumerable similarities between MLBB and Wild Rift and LoL, which the above are merely examples. Screenshot of examples of comments from gamers include, but are not limited to. And I really like that they used like comments, like from random people, like posting on a YouTube video or whatever. And then they said, so Ken Lee Yi here said, I just like the fact that Moonton just literally gave up and straight up copying everything. They don't even care anymore. Like those logo, heroes, skills, music, and etc. Man, what happened? And then Rage Stinger said, and I find the comment extremely funny. Wild Rift gets updated with new features by Riot Games. Moonton, write that down, write that down. So, they are trying to like make their point by showing random user comments and, you know, showing like the jury, because I think they asked for a jury. They want a jury, not a judge, to decide on this. So like showing user comments and like especially with the upvotes, right? Like they didn't show the upvotes on this comment, but they showed the upvotes on this comment, like where it's like a funny statement, but it's also like, you know, implying that Moonton is taking everything from Wild Rift when it comes to new features, right? I just, you know, would hope that the jury is not biased towards one of the companies or not biased towards games in general. Like it's really hard to decide on, right? And it all comes down to the defense that Moonton puts up as well, like their judges. But I feel like if Moonton's judges are somewhat capable, nothing's gonna happen from this case. Okay, so then here we have Kyle Heist. When Wild Rift came out, they introduced the view switching so it feels easier for players to play. Literally a few days after the beta release, ML copied the idea and implemented it into their game. So, a few days after the beta release, ML copied the idea and implemented it into the game. Like, they could just say, like, we've been working on the function for a while. Because I don't think you can just, like, code stuff like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't know shit about coding. It seems kind of hard to, like, in a few days, copy an entire idea and put it into a game, right? Then girlfriend here said, I thought they had the same creator until I downloaded it and saw the Riot Games, and it was like a week or two. And then Siahal said, hey, let's make something original. Moonton, we don't do that here. And then Moonton bans Wild Rift players on their game. Also, Moonton copies every update on Wild Rift. I didn't know that was a thing. Did they actually ban Wild Rift players on their game? I somehow doubt that because I tried Wild Rift and I didn't get banned on Mobile Legends, so. And then here, entire forums and YouTube videos are dedicated to comparing Wild Rift and League of Legends. On the one hand, Mobile Legends. On the other hand, LoL on the one hand and Mobile Legends on the other hand. In one Reddit thread entitled, Did Mobile Legends Really Copy from League of Legends? Fans and community members point out the similarities. Right, so fans and community members point out the similarities between the games, noting that it seems blatant and that most MLBB heroes are literal carbon copies of League champs. Another exasperated fan commented about the prevalence of videos comparing the two games, complaining these videos are getting tiring, to be honest. Everyone knows they copy. Upon information and belief, Moonton played, accessed Wild Rift and LoL to copy the game to develop MLBB. To do so, when Moonton installed, played, and otherwise accessed Wild Rift and LoL, it was required to agree to the terms of Riot's terms of service, where it was put on notice of Riot's intellectual property rights. So I just want to say that, you know, when they point out these videos, right, did Mobile Legends really copy from League of Legends? That is a thing of the past. And then Riot already sued. Riot sued Moonton and won, right? So here they got 2.9 million USD in the lawsuit before. That was in 2018. So they're suing again, right? So all the things that they've used in the previous case, they technically can't use again because they've already won the case before, right? And then, basically they said, okay, Moonton will have to change things up. So, like, this is like from way before, probably, right? So upon information and belief, Moonton used, played, and accessed Wild Rift and League of Legends to copy the game to develop MLBB. To do so, when Moonton installed, played, and otherwise accessed Wild Rift and LoL, it was required to agree to the terms of Riot's terms and service, where it was put on notice of Riot's intellectual property rights. Upon information and belief, Moonton has received and complied with fan requests for Moonton to include elements from Wild Rift League of Legends in MLBB. The screenshot below shows a request, and this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, guys. Shows a request from a fan sharing an image from a new champion developed by Riot Games called Seraphine and asking Moonton to make something similar. Moonton responds with that it will pass the request to a developer to satisfy the fans' wishes. And this is something absolutely bonkers, guys. Because like what we're looking at here is a comment on the Facebook page where a fan asks, Moonton, I'm suggesting that please put a character or a hero like this in the game or a skin. Release that because it's beautiful, right? Is what he's saying. And then the response from the Facebook like moderator, right? Or MLBB fan page moderator said, thank you so much for your suggestion. I will forward it to the game's developers and see, what they say or whatever, or something like that, right? Like I don't know this part. I don't know what this means. But this is a reaction that you can see in every single comment almost that people say something. People will say something like, oh, can you buff this champion because I think he's too hard or something like that. And they will say this exact line. This is a copy paste line that they do to like just reply to the fans, right? This is just, Mobile Legends moderators being lazy, and like whoever said this as a moderator should probably not be a part of the moderating squad for the official Mobile Legends page, right? This is a dumb reply, but this is like literally someone either they're working for minimal wage or they're working for free, right? This is just a moderator, like a moderator for a fan page. And I feel like, this is literally what they're going to say, like when they're in court. Like, this is one of our moderators. They don't really know what they're doing, I guess. This is not an official response from Moonton, is what I'm saying. So, like, they can't use that. Okay, then they say, MLBB is available for purchase in the United States, including on the Google Play Store and Apple Play Store. Upon information and belief, MLBB averages millions of monthly players. Moonton also runs MLBB tournaments at which professional gamers compete for prize money. Yes. On the Google Play Store, MLBB has received over 30 million ratings and reviews and has been installed over 500 million times. On the Apple Store, MLBB is ranked 67 in the strategy category and has received over 402,000 ratings and reviews. Upon information and belief, has been installed millions of times. As a result, upon information and belief, Moonton has received millions of dollars in revenue in connection with MLBB, including sales of virtual currency and/or in-game items from professional tournaments. In addition to copying in MLBB itself, Moonton markets and promotes the game on using infringing trailers. On April 25, 2022, Moonton released a video promoting MLBB and MLBB All-Stars in the Myanmar All-Star video. In the background of the video, Moonton uses the Welcome to Planet Earth music, a true and correct copy of the All-Star video attached in Exhibit 11. Again, we can't look at that, we can't listen to it, because the video was removed, right? The community was once again quick to point out Moonton's blatant copying. Indeed, the day after All-Star video was released, one commenter noted the copying of Riot's Welcome to Planet Earth music as shown below. Mobile Legends, what the fuck? The background music is from League of Legends Welcome to Planet Earth team. So again, I don't know. I can't say anything about that because I didn't listen to it, and I didn't listen to the Welcome to Planet Earth team either, because I really don't care about Earth. So on January 13, Moonton released a trailer for the hero Paquito, the Paquito trailer. Paquito trailer copies extensive expressive elements from the Runeterra trailer as discussed above, including similar colors, characters, shots, and sequences. An example of a screenshot showing one of the sequences, the Paquito trailer, compared to a highly similar sequence in the Runeterra trailer is shown below. A true and correct copy of the Paquito trailer is attached here to Exhibit 12. So we have the Runeterra trailer and the Paquito trailer, right? So let's take a look here. So we have like some kind of like bones or whatever. So this is Z, right? This is Z, and then this is, I don't know, bones and people dancing around the bones, and then this is a demon and I don't know, more bones, I guess. So for this, like, if they only have this one shot to point out, like, I'm 100% certain that I've seen a World of Warcraft cinematic that had like a same-ish like vibe to it, like where there's like a, I mean, you could probably just Google Throne Room and find something. Throne Room cinematic. Let's see. Oh, well, maybe not. Like, I mean, literally, like, one of the shots, like, from the back, like, one of these shots, like, where a character walks in and shows their back and looks over to something. It's not a grounds for copyright. Like, I know, I realize, guys, I'm breaking down Riot's case here, but, like, goddamn, that is just not something you can do, you know? So, following the release of the Paquito trailer, Riot was made aware of the similarities in the trailer. Riot Games support posted a public tweet stating that it would look into the reported similarities. After the tweet, the trailer was removed from YouTube. Upon information and belief, Moonton removed the trailer. So on May 30, 2019, Moonton released a trailer for the hero Terizla, the Terizla trailer. The Terizla trailer copies extensive expressive elements from the Silas trailer as discussed above, including similar colors, characters, and shots and sequences. An example of the screenshot showing one of the sequences in the Terizla trailer compared with a highly similar sequence in the Silence trailer is shown below. A true and correct copy of the Terizla trailer is attached here too as Exhibit 13. So then we have this here. So the hand with the orb, and then the chains, right? So the fact that Terizla uses chains in his abilities is, you know, good enough reason for me to, you know, assume that they include him in his trailer, right? Like, I don't know exactly what Terizla does, but I know he's got like an ult that chains an enemy to you, and like when they try to walk away, it pulls them back in with the chains or something like that, right? So obviously, like, they're gonna use chains in the trailer because it comes down to his ult. I don't know what the hand is about. Like, I don't know why they use the hand with the orb. I don't know if Terizla has a skill that he asks an orb or something like that. And there is similarity to it, but like, this is not something that is super creative and that no one else could come up with. Like, I literally spoke about it before, like when I made a poster for my tournament. I literally did a thing with my hand and an orb as well. Like, it's not something that is unique to Riot Games, you know what I mean? Okay, so commenters online have pointed out the similarities between the trailers, calling the Terizla trailer a shameless copy of the Silas trailer. Upon information and belief, Moonton took the trailer offline. Okay, so I see a lot of Moonton being a bitch though. Like, taking the trailers offline? Like, what's the point? Okay, so they released themed skins called Summer Splash trailer. Summer Splash trailer copies extensive expressive elements from the Pool Party trailer, including similar colors, characters, shots, and sequences. An example of a screenshot showing one of the sequences in the Summer Splash trailer below. True and correct copy, blah, 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 blah. Okay, Moonton has taken down this trailer. I mean, yeah. You know what? Okay, so for this one, I think it might actually be like, this might actually be just a stab at Riot. This one, like, they even have the goddamn minion in here, and then they have the umbrella here, and then they have Yeah, I don't know. That's it. The umbrella and the minion, and then the bush in the background. Like it's a in-game screenshot, basically. So this might actually be a stab at Riot. They might be onto something here, and that's just really dumb on Moonton's end. If they did it on purpose, like to take a stab at Riot, I'd understand. But if this is like just to copy the general theme, then it's kind of just dumb. You know what I mean? Like I'm not really sure if they intended to do that, because again, it could be a very big coincidence when it comes to this one, right? Again, because I think the pool party or the summer splash, they're not very creative at all. It's just champions in a beach outfit, right? Anyway, marketing materials for League of Legends and Wild Rift on one hand, MLBB on the other hand. I mean, okay, basically black background and gold in the logo. Black background, gold logo. Again, not something they can base it on. This is not something that Riot has a leg to stand on. It's a black background and it's the logo. If they can prove that Mobile Legends copied the logo, then yes, they have, you know, a leg to stand on. But if they can't prove that, then this is just a similarity. It's black on gold. Everyone knows black and gold looks good. Literally everyone does. Okay, then here. Wild Rift marketing and MLBB marketing. 100 hero of MLBB obtained for free 11.7 to 11.8. League of Legends Wild Rift. I don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't see it. And a jury is not gonna see it. Moonton has also released trailers and promotional materials using the variations on the word Legends, a common name for LoL. Because their game is also called Mobile Legends, that's why they have Legends. Okay, so they released a music video for a song titled Beyond Legends and promoted it using the term Beyond Legends as shown in the image below. Okay, sure. Moonton's invitation even goes as far as mimicking Riot's promotional campaigns. In October 2020, Riot sent out customized Nike sneakers to promote the Wild Rift as shown below. An article describing the campaign is attached as Exhibit 15. Okay. Moonton sent out highly similar customized Nike sneakers with similar gold font placed at the same part of the sneaker. Yeah, I want some of those. Looks solid. I don't know who Vomir Solos is, but yeah, just remove the golden text and I'd want one. Okay, so yeah, it's similar. And Nike decided to work with both companies. So, interesting. Interesting. I mean, I don't think promotional campaigns can be copyrighted though. So, I mean, it's kind of like it serves as proof that they did like kind of copy the promotional strat, but I don't think promotional strategies can be copyrighted. The harm to Riot. As discussed above, Riot produces video games for which it receives revenue from in-game purchases. Moonton's willful infringement robs Riot of these revenues and will continue to do so unless enjoined. Enjoined is like to do something about it, I think. Instruct or urge someone to do something. Okay, so they want them to do something about it, basically, right? Specifically, its creation of a knockoff video game allows Moonton to profit commercially without investing in the creativity and marketing ingenuity that Riot has. Fuck, Riot, stop using creativity. You're really not that creative. For sure, initially, they were creative to make the game. But, like, lately? Like, I don't even, like, for the people who don't play League of Legends, right? Take a look at the most recent champions, right? Uh, can I search by release date? Let's see. By release date. Release date here. Renata, okay. Edgy woman. Zeri, anime woman. Vex. I mean, Vex is pretty nice. I like Vex. I think Vex is pretty cool. Akshan, random sand guy, right? Gwen, blue haired chick. Viego, I like Viego. Viego's cool. Rel, woman on a horse. Seraphine, Belle Delphine. Samira, pirate woman. Yone, I mean, I like Yone's design. Lilia, Disney deer. Set is pretty cool. I like Set. Helios, edgy goth guy. Senna, Lucian's wife. Diana. I mean, lately, what I'm saying is, lately the Riot has not been the most creative. I think the most creative champion, like in the past, let's see, Ornn. I think Ornn was creative, and I think Ornn was cool. That was 2017. So like, I think Riot should not be going too hard on this creativity here. Okay, so let's see. Take sales away from Riot, devalues, causing substantial harm to Wild Rift and League of Legends. Again, Wild Rift, they're using Wild Rift. If they use League of Legends, sure. Marketing materials means that Riot has lost its ability to control the use of its copyrights. Given Moontons intransigence. What the fuck is intransigence? Refusal to change one's views or to agree about something. Okay. Willingness to openly flaunt the intellectual property laws upon information and belief, unless enjoyed by this court. Moonton intends to continue its infringement upon Riot's copyrights and otherwise profit from Wild Rift and WoW. Accordingly, Wild Rift has suffered. Currently, Riot has suffered irreparable harm as a result of Moonton's conduct. They have no adequate remedy at law to redress of the injuries that Moonton has caused and intends to cause by its conduct. Riot will continue to suffer irreparable damage until Moonton's actions alleged above are enjoined by this court. Wild Rift, okay, Riot repeats and re-alleges every allegation above if fully set forth herein. Wild Rift, League of Legends, and the Runeterra trailer, the silence, okay, basically everything that they've, copyrighted. Riot is the owner of valid copyrights. By actions as alleged above, Moonton has infringed and will continue to infringe on Riot's copyrights. Moonton, will infringe. Okay, they're trailers, right? Moonton's direct infringement of Riot's copyrights is deliberate, willful, and in utter disregard for Riot's rights. Further, Moonton is liable for the direct infringement of the customers who download MLBB upon information and belief. Moonton knowingly induces the infringement of its customers, including by selling and promoting the infringing MLBB game to the customers in the United States through the Apple Store and Google Play Store. Upon information and belief, as a direct and proximate result of its wrongful conduct, Moonton has obtained the benefits, including without limitation, profits to which Moonton is not entitled. Okay, so basically, from this entire case, right? It is just okay. Let's just finish it first. The Riot respectfully requests the judgments against the defendant Moonton as follows: find that Moonton directly and indirectly infringed Riot's copyrights. Enter judgment for Riot against Moonton for all damages suffered by Riot, including any profits or gain by Moonton in the United States that is attributable to the infringement of Riot's copyrights in amounts to be determined at the trial. So basically, guys, so they want Moonton to admit that they want the state to admit that Moonton stole Riot's intellectual property. Then here, enter judgment for Riot against. So they want Moonton to pay every income that they've had in the US to Riot Games, and issue a preliminary and permanent injunction enjoining Moonton, its subsidiaries, affiliates, officers, agents, representatives, servants, employees, and attorneys, and all persons acting in concert or participation with them from directly infringing or directly or indirectly infringing Riot's copyrights, including by reproducing, distributing, publicly performing, publicly displaying, creating derivative works from Wild Rift, League of Legends, Runeterra, Welcome to Planet Earth, blah, 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 blah. So basically what they're saying here is they want Moonton to stop functioning in the US, basically, right? Award Riot the costs and disbursements of this action, so they want Moonton to pay everything that the lawsuit would have cost them. Award Riot pre-judgment and post-judgment interest to the fullest extent available on the foregoing, and grant such other further or different relief as court deems just and proper. And then Plaintiff Riot demands a trial by jury on all issues, so triable in this action. And that is the entire document, basically, guys, that we just went over. So basically, long story short, Riot wants the monopoly, or, you know, to be in complete control of MOBAs on mobile, at least in the US. They want to get a big payday from Moonton for, you know, this includes all the money that Moonton has made, right? So, for example, Starlight skins, rolls, gachas, you know, all of that Moonton has gotten from the US. So every purchase on the Play Store or Apple Store in the US, Riot would want that money to go to them. Then I would assume that they also want certain things to be changed in I mean, they don't want things to be changed in the game. They want the game gone from the US, right? Gone, like absolutely gone. Which I'm 99% sure of is not gonna happen. Like I said, like we've discussed before, if Moonton's lawyer is somewhat capable, they will come up with all the things that I've come up with in just this brief period of time and more, right? Like, I mean, like when we go over like the things, right? Like the shots, the singed versus Roger's skin, the way he's holding the sword, the armor, the way that they fired the bow with the Hawkeye shot, and everything else that we've been over throughout this video, guys. I don't think Riot will be able to get what they want at all. Like 99% sure. So to wrap it up, guys, and to not really take sides, even though it looks like I'm talking a lot of shit on Riot, and I know I am because they deserve it. Especially when they're stroking their own ego like this much throughout the entire court document. I don't think anything is gonna happen. And guys, like, I want to stress this part as well. As a League of Legends player, as a Mobile Legends player, I've been seeing a lot of comments fighting each other in Facebook posts or in forums or everywhere. I've been seeing a lot of people going to Mobile Legends on the Play Store, calling it a copy of Riot. I've seen a lot of things the other way around of Mobile Legends players going to Wild Rift to, you know, talk shit about Wild Rift. Guys, in the end, you know, it's simple. We are both, or you are both, playing a MOBA. These are multi-million corporations, and you guys should not be fighting each other over multi-million corporations. It's okay to be passionate about your game. It's okay to be enjoying the game that you play. But guys, it's not worth for you to go have fights online with people who play the other game and spend your time arguing with those people. Let these companies fight their own battles. They don't need you to fight their battles. You, as a consumer, you just have to try to have a good time playing the game, no matter what game it is. You play League of Legends, you play Wild Rift, you play Mobile Legends, you play Dota. Whatever it is, just have a good time. Don't go fight the battle for these corporations. Anyways, guys, that was my opinion on the trial and everything that is going on. I hope you guys, you know, enjoyed. I hope you guys got some more insight as to what is potentially going to happen. Yeah, that's it. So we're going to peace out. Peace.